I grew up hearing about Leo and Piney Scott. I was born and raised here in Abilene, and you're talking about a true power couple. Meant an awful lot to me, as well as the community I grew up in.
He was the first one that was African American to serve on the city council. Also was the first and only black pharmacist in early years of Abilene.
Leo Scott was the very first elected official in the history of Abilene, Texas, when he became a councilman in the late 70s. After Dr. Scott's election, then you had Elmer Wright, who was the first trustee for the school district in the mid-80s, and then Val Brailsford in the early 90s. Others had followed, but it started with Dr. Scott. I'm not sure I would have dreamed of being elected official if not for what I saw displayed in Dr. Scott.
Leo was the first black board member for the Community Foundation of Abilene, and he served on the board in various capacities. I'm sure served on the grant committee, scholarship committee, was very involved with the Gamma Scholarship. Leo and Piney also established the Leo and Piney Scott Scholarship Fund prior to Leo's death. They had a huge interest in education and helping those go to college who might not otherwise have the capability to do so.
She was a special lady in a lot of ways. She was beautiful inside and out, and she cared so much about the college education of the African American children that were in the school system. She taught for many years, 30-something years, and she was the first black adjunct professor at Hardin-Simmons, which is a wonderful legacy for her.
He was instrumental, as well as her, in helping to bring about the MLK Bridge.
In the late 80s, Abilene had a racial divide, some of which we're dealing with today. And there was an entity that the city created at the time called the Human Relations Committee. It's a group of individuals across the city whose intent was to try to be kind of a filter to allow the council to be guided. Piney Scott was one of those founding members. Ultimately, the HRC, Relations Committee, started the MLK banquet that we have today. It started with Piney Scott and that first group, and really helped address a lot of racial issues. Abilene's been very, very blessed not to have a lot of issues that divide in that way, and it started because of citizens like Piney Scott.
She was so much of a joy all the time, and I always looked forward to all of the visits when I'd go to her house. It was a very special time for me.